I remember playing playing like Roxanne though in the car recently. My daughter saying like, "What is this? I don't like this. This isn't real music." And I am not kidding. She said something like, "Britney Spears is real music," and I was like, "Okay, clearly I have not parented. Clearly I failed." But now that she's getting a little, I'm hoping that I'm exposing it to her again and again and again, and I'm hoping as she gets older, she will see that she's deadly wrong on that one. Sarah's the oldest daughter, and all of the kids are complicated and very human. She starts off in the pilot married with children and harried and maybe a little lost, a little unfulfilled, and runs into her girlfriend from college, who she was very much in love with, and it didn't work out for a number of reasons, but didn't expect to run into her at the school that both their children end up going to the same school, and it kind of ignites a passion in her that she hadn't felt in a while, and then as she discovers her father's inner life coming to the forefront, I think she also feels motivated to do the same, which is to sort of figure out who am I really and have the courage to be that. That said, she's not quite sure what that is, and it's going to be an interesting ride. She doesn't there's no clear choice. People are like, "Oh, are you going to be with Tammy? Are you going back to your ex?" I'm like, as in life, it's not a straight shot. We were trying to do a party scene at the Trans Got Talent night, and it was it was just so awful. We couldn't figure out why it was so awful. It was supposed to be this like cool vibe, like everyone's having a great time. And there's this thing where background actors aren't allowed to speak because then they have to get paid more, so they're only allowed to mouth. So you have like a bunch of people like pretend partying, and making like mouth noises, and then I'm supposed to be talking loudly over them, but there's nothing to talk. So it just felt so fake, and the way that the show is shot is so ridiculously authentic that when you have fake stuff like that, you feel like you're like, we were literally like, are we on some sort of like multi-camera sitcom? That's what this just feels weird. And then someone had the brilliant idea, and I don't know if it was Jill or Nisha or whoever was directing that episode, but to just, before we yelled action, to thump this music into the room, to pump this house music that would have probably been playing. And I immediately my character's kind of high and a little drunk, and it immediately just got in my body. And so by the time she yells action and they cut it out, you're still very much emotionally in that place. We had a love scene one day. I'm going to tell this story. So I had a scene with Melora Hardin, who plays my Leva, and we did like this 4-hour scene, and we were thinking that maybe playing music in the background would sort of loosen us, and I chose this song by Rihanna and Drake, and we played it. They found it, they played it like on the speakers thumping, and it felt like so wrong actually behind Sarah. And like I was like, that's my personal jam sort of sexually, but that's not Sarah's. When I got the pilot script, one of the songs that is used is Operator, Jim Croce, and I'm a child of the 70s and 80s and knew that song really well. And it was wild because I listened to it. I had to audition for this part probably like 3 or 4 times. And every time I would go to the audition, I would listen to that song. And I didn't realize until I saw the pilot how much the vibe of the whole piece sort of was under the umbrella of that song. And in fact, at our table read, it was kind of unheard of in this business, that we were getting to the point in the script where that song starts playing, and really out of nowhere, there's acoustic guitar starts playing. There's probably like 50 people in the room, and this girl starts singing along, and it's this stunning song that's filling up the room as the end sequence of the pilot, which is sort of a montage with that song behind it, goes. And then when the whole reading ended, we all joined in, like all the executives, all the actors, everyone was singing Operator and crying.